To Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian, good morning to you. Sign of the summer that you're here. Let's talk about ticket prices. They're up 30% since the start of the year. How would you characterize the Iran war's impact on what people are paying for airfares at Delta?
Well, first, great to be with you guys, and it's great to have summer arriving already. Ticket prices are being certainly influenced by fuel prices. Our jet fuel prices have doubled just within the last 60 days. And fuel is our single biggest cost that we incur, second only to the cost of our people. So I'd say at Delta, the overall costs are up probably in the 10 to 15% range. At any point in time, there's different snapshots. We are absorbing probably 50% of the cost on our own, and probably about 50% will go into pricing.
A lot of people wonder, they see the oil prices go up. They understand why you have to pass on the high prices. Will you lower prices once, hopefully, oil prices drop?
There's no question, as oil prices come down, we're a very competitive industry.
Yeah.
And we will all make certain that we're keeping our customers by our side. So, yes, I think you'll see, and over time that happens, because we've had $100 oil prices in the past. This is not the first time. And we've seen prices, fluctuate based on that input cost, because we don't have a lot of control of it. Delta, we're a little different. We own our own refinery outside of Philadelphia, and that's helped us absorb also some of the cost.
Ed, ticket prices are up because oil prices are up. Inflation in this country, highest it's been in about 3 years. You've got a very unique vantage point as the CEO of one of America's biggest companies. You've been doing it now for about more than a decade. What are you seeing right now in terms of the macro economy? Are you seeing any early warning signs about where we may be headed?
The larger economy is doing reasonably well.
Okay.
And everyone always asks me, what's the health of the consumer? And we don't have just one consumer in our economy. We have several consumers. It really depends on where you sit in the economy. The higher end consumer is doing exceptionally well, and whether it's Europe, going out to a fancy dinner or taking in a show, that economy is really, really strong. On the lower end of the curve, clearly, people are struggling at some points. And at Delta, we cater to all folks, skewed towards the higher end, but we have ticket pricing for every category of consumer.
Ed, the Daily family wants to thank you in advance. We're flying Delta this weekend for your strategic partnership with Shake Shack. That's from my kids to you, so thank you for that. We saw Spirit go down a couple weeks ago. I just wanted to ask you, do you think just the days of cheap flights in general are behind us?
Well, it's tough. You mentioned inflation. You mentioned fuel prices. It's really hard to run a low-cost product when all of the costs around you are going up. Spirit hadn't made money in years. And that's just not a business proposition that can sustain itself. And as a result of that, the brand dissipated. And I think there's going to be continued pressure on the lower ends.
What do you say to folks who, there are people feel like, look, now they're getting me everywhere, whether I have to pay extra if my seat reclines. Not literally, but that to send your bag costs more money now. The prices are coming in every direction. What's your answer to the consumer who's kind of sick of being nickel and dimed?
And I agree with that. And I think what you'll see is the lower end airlines, in terms of prices, that's how they get their prices met, is by adding on a lot of add-on costs. At Delta, we try to include as much of it bundled into the overall cost of the product. So the higher-end consumer, understands the value being received, and we don't try to nickel and dime. They have the American Express credit card. They have different elements in which they manage the travel experience with.
Ed, as you know, my friend Al Roker absolutely loves Delta, and one of the major reasons he loves Delta, the Biscoff cookies.
Yeah.
You guys have decided to cut Biscoff, the food and beverage, for your shorter flights under 350 miles. Is that right?
For the 350 miles and under, we've limited the snack offerings, primarily because we weren't able to get them done in time. They were between turbulence in the sky and only about half. But what we did is we added more service offerings to those slightly above it. We don't have many flights in the 350-mile range.
Do you have any stale Biscoffs you left over?
I always bring out.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Travel with the sleeve.
Yeah, good.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate your time.
Delta CEO Ed Bastian, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.